Hey, everybody, and welcome to the next episode of A Dearybury of a Day. It is 6:02 a.m. on a Wednesday morning, and I have one of my favorite people. I don't know if she really knows how much I love her. A former coworker, Amelia. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Oh my
I'm
gosh,
so excited to be here.
I'm so excited for my internet world to know who you are because well, you're not active on social media, which is totally fine. But you're just one of my favorite people. And we had coffee 2 weeks ago, and it was the first time I'd seen you in a long time. But it felt like I felt like I'd just seen you the day before, you know?
Yeah.
So
That's
tell
the kind of friend you are.
Yeah, well, the same to you. So tell everybody who you are and how we know each other and what you do and that kind of thing.
I am Amelia Lorenz, and I love Jed because we started out working together and had so much fun. When he was one of the first people I met when I came to Woodland Heights. But basically, what I do is play all day. I teach art at Woodland Heights, and I tell all the teachers and the principal, everybody I meet, I tell them I have the best job in the building. That's I really do play all day.
You do have the best job in the building, and I wanted to be an art teacher for a little smidge of time, and maybe one day I will be.
You would be a great art teacher. You should do that.
Even though what I'm doing now, with my course at the university, I still teach art all day long. I don't know if you remember this, but you inspired this piece of art.
Yeah, yeah, I do.
I'm hard pressed to call it art, but doggone it, it is.
It is art. It is art.
This is my first piece of my gay pop art collection. I have 5 pieces now in this.
No, I didn't. I know that.
I do. You can't see them all. Let me spin you around here. This is a sneak behind the scenes.
Look at that.
So there's one here, one here, one here, and then there's another one over there.
How nice.
Yeah, I've got a giraffe, a tiger, a pig, and a unicorn. And I don't know what the next animal will be. I'm thinking a rhinoceros is next, but I'm not sure.
That's a good choice.
That's what I'm feeling. But anyway, so thinking about how to play with you, it was a little difficult because I was like, Amelia knows so many amazing things, and you might know what I'm about to show you, but we'll do it together anyway. I saw this thing on TikTok, or not TikTok, on Instagram. I saw it a couple of weeks ago. This lady showed how to make this really cool little foldable book. And I love a foldable book because you can give students a piece of paper, and in a matter of seconds, they have this neat little journal that they could create art when the journal itself was folded and made as art. So you may have seen how to do this, but I'm going to show you how to do it anyway.
Well, please show me. I know one way from years back, and I could probably not do it on the spot. I'd have to really think about it.
This is something you could do today. I mean, it's 6:05. You're going to school here in just a little bit. You could literally do this today with your students.
Okay.
And I don't know is state testing going on at your school right now, or is it next week?
It is this week. It is this week.
If there's any filler, this is a good filler activity. Oh my gosh, I said activity. I don't like the word activity. It's a filler learning experience. Okay, so you got your piece of paper, right?
Right.
I want you to fold it in half, either way. Okay.
All right.
And then you're going to fold it in half again. So fold it in half twice. And it doesn't matter if you fold it horizontally or vertically. It doesn't matter.
All right.
Okay. Then after you've done that, have you got yours?
Yes.
You're going to unfold it. And then you're going to fold it in half the opposite direction so if you started this way, you're going to fold it in half this way.
Okay.
So what your goal is you're making you're making a grid on the paper is what you're doing. Okay. You're making a grid on the paper. And then of course, you're going to fold that in half again also. So
Okay.
take that and fold it in half again. So basically you're going to have 16 rectangles on your page. Make sense what I'm saying?
Yes.
When you open it up, you're going to have these 16 squares, rectangles on your page. So when you open it up, it'll look like this.
Okay.
So you'll have your vertical creases and your horizontal creases.
Right. I don't know if that's showing up on camera. But.
Yeah, it is. I can see it. Now I made a second step piece to make a visual for you, because this is where it can get a little bit tricky. But if you will visualize these black lines that I drew?
Yes. Yes.
You were going to cut on those black lines, but notice it doesn't go all the way across. Okay.
Right. We're stopping. Okay.
Right. All right. So you're going to have two. You're going to have two coming from one side, and then the one in the middle comes from the opposite side. All right. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to cut this so everybody can see me do it. So I'm going to cut up this black line here. And then I'm going to cut up this. See, I found it easier to just do one side before I flipped. But you might find it easier to just do however, you might want to cut and then flip to the other side or whatever. So then when you do that, it's almost like you're going to have one long snaky piece of paper almost.
Exactly.
See,
I love this.
Okay.
Yeah, this is not the way I learned to do this originally. I love this better.
Fantastic. I love that. Okay, so now let me turn my camera down so you can see this. So now you're going to lay this flat here, okay? And you're just going to start folding from the edge, okay? Back and forth across. Then when you get to the end, you're going to fold it back. You're just going back and forth with like a fan fold until you get all the way to the end.
My students will love this.
Isn't it? And I think it's so easy. And maybe now it's because it's the fourth one I made, so I'm getting better at it. But then look. So let me show you the finished product. I took a little piece of tape, colored tape, and taped it to the end to give it some little binding.
Right.
But then you just open it up, and it's just a cute little book.
Isn't that sweet? I love it.
And look, so because I knew that you were an art teacher, and you might. You could do this with just plain white paper, but look how cute it looks if you use a 9x12 construction paper. And then look at this. I used a 12x14 piece of construction paper.
Okay.
So, and I really like this one, especially for like first graders. I think first graders could do this. Now, it would be a challenge for them to probably to cut and fold, because it took a lot of coordination. So you might want to just try it and see. I like this size for them. What could be fun if your fifth graders get really good at this, your fifth graders could make a book for themselves and then make one that your kindergarten could use, and I'm just saying it would be perfect. But look how cute it looks when they're all done. If you had a whole little shelf of them.
Oh, how sweet. Yes, I love that. That is precious.
And I'm thinking about your art room, like, if every kid made one and then sit them on a little shelf, I just think it'd be so cute. But
you could also make, whatever subject you were focused on, you can clip this together and turn it into a little sculpture.
Look, when you did that, I was like, oh my gosh, look at where she's going with this. I love that.
Yeah, like a little, and it would stand on their desk, and it could rotate and have like all their little info about, like, we just did a study of monarch migration.
Yeah.
And they could put all their little facts. My Art Visions class did an accordion book, which was just a flat, just a flat piece of black paper, and we drew with white the constellations. And then they added wires and puffballs and googly eyes. Their constellations had all kinds of craziness. It was hilarious, but that was just one flat piece,
I love that you gave us another idea of something to do with this. Now, a lot of people might be watching who aren't educators and think, well, why would I want to do this? Well, imagine if you're sitting at your office cubicle, bored to death, and you look, take a little play break and make one of these. Fill it up with things that make you happy. Fill it up with your to-do. Fill it up. What a great way to make your to-do list.
Exactly.
It took us like 1 minute to make this. And once you've learned to make them, you can just, I made
Right.
3 of them.
And fits in your wallet.
And it fits in your wallet. Yeah.
Or for those of us with affirmations or
yeah. Well, and if you're a person of faith, it could be like a little prayer book, a little
exactly.
prayer, and keep it. There's so many uses for this other than just like educators. Amelia, one of the things that I always like to do on the show is talk about like the different play personalities that we've, encountered. Of course, that was a little bit of artist creator, but we were exploring paper. We were learning how to fold it and manipulate it. We were definitely moving. And while we were doing that, we collected our experiences together while we were talking about that. And that was a little, if you like to tell people how to do that, you're also directing a little bit, so it could be all kinds of different play personalities that you, but you know what, I'm going back to that whole office idea. Can I tell people that you used to be a lawyer? Can I tell people that? Is that top secret?
Sure. Not anymore.
But like, imagine Amelia, like if you were in a meeting, even at a corporate level, and
Right.
you said, you know what, let's make one. Let's just take a pause and let's make something. And I think that would lighten the mood if things were stressful. It would help you refocus, recenter yourself for a minute. I just think that ideas like this are powerful. And in the world we live in, we need as much of that as we can get. So I just think it's a great idea.
I have to just share this one more thing. I don't know if you can see.
Show me.
But if you're just going for the book idea, I know you've probably already noticed this, but here we are, and we're on one side of the book,
right?
But then this page is connected, but so here we have a hidden page.
Oh,
you see what I'm saying?
Yep.
So every few pages you're going right to left, but then every few pages you get to also sneak in an up and down.
Oh yeah, I like it.
As an illustrator, that
page.
Yeah, as an illustrator, I like that secret page that's the different formats. So
I see that. Well, and something I didn't mention that I was planning to, and I just forgot. When those pages are loose like that, if you wanted to just put a little dab of glue, that would keep that from happening. But I really like your idea of the secret page.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to glue any, but if you do want to glue pages together, of course you could, and that would make it an even more, but look at this, the way it works.
Yeah.
So it's almost like you could keep reinventing it, like you could keep turning it into another thing that, I'm sorry, my brain is just like, oh.
I love it. I love it. And it's 6:15 in the morning. Look what happened.
But that's also the point of creating something is, that's part of that playful personality is.
Absolutely.
And when you're teaching young children, it's super important, I think, that they have something that they can add to, they can expand on, not this is the finished product and it's supposed to look like mine or the
love
example.
It. I love that so much. I mean, that is why you're such a great teacher, Amelia.
Well, I don't know about that. My students might.
That is such great teaching advice. That's such great life advice,
Right. But for adults, to have a little thing, instead of I'm just going to fold this paper and make a little book, I've almost got a fidget, it's like a fidget and a toy and a way to expand.
Well, and you know what? Now that you said that, I'll tell you, a while ago when you did this and you made that shape, now that is all my brain can think about. Like, how can I twist this and sculpt this and make this into something else?
Well, and it's a circle, so anything cyclical can work with that. But one,
I keep this right here on my shelf. I don't know if you saw it sitting there. I grabbed it.
I did.
This is a little thing I made. It's the definition of creativity: the ability to transcend a traditional idea and to create meaningful new ideas. And the traditional idea of this was a book. But
Right.
the creativity set in, and it was like, what else could it be?
Yes.
And I think that is awesome, and that's what I do, for a living. And you just came right in here and reminded me of how to do it, and I just think that's fantastic. That you brought that in, right? I mean, at 6 a.m. I just want to reiterate that, because, but this is the thing. That's what playfulness does. Play inspires creativity. Creativity inspires play. It is, and that's what I love. It.
And one more thing for your grown-ups is, I don't know about you, I had a friend who made an accordion book, nothing this cool, but it was, an accordion book. Mm-hmm. And on one side, the theme was hello. And on the back side, it was how she met a boyfriend. On the back side, it was goodbye. And how the relationship ended was really like, a therapeutic way to deal with something difficult, which is a little, that's a more grown-up theme, but
yeah. Well, this show technically is for grown-ups. I tell people, I've had several like former students who aren't quite 18 yet want to be on the show, or some parents have said, oh, okay, my kid come on your show. And not that I don't want kids to come on the show, but I think there are lots of shows out there for kids already. Don't think there's lots of shows like this for adults.
I don't know of any
that invite us to play, specifically that ask us to start our day with a moment of play. I think this is maybe the 20th episode, 20 something episode that I filmed, and they're steady dropping. I'm at the point now where I'm going to release 2 a week. If you just said, hey, I'm going to watch one of those at least one morning a week, and do whatever Jed does and play along, it's going to, something I'm trying to establish in my own life is daily practice of specific things that I want to do. How much I love to draw and doodle. And doodle is becoming I'm trying to make it a daily practice, even if it's I just draw one little thing.
Exactly.
I'm trying to make that a daily practice. Speaking of drawing, I don't know if you know this. At school, can y'all access Disney Plus at school?
Yeah, if you have Disney Plus.
If you have the account, right?
Right.
Have you heard of the new show on Disney Plus called Sketchbook?
No.
Hold on, let me show you something. So Sketchbook is it's literally you watching a Disney animator go through the process of how they draw the character, and they show you how to draw them step by step. And
cool.
It's amazing. And right now there's 6 episodes. It'd be a great last week of school experience. It'd be a great anytime experience to learn from a Disney animator, but I know that it's getting near that time. But anybody, any grown-up watching, even if you can't draw, the first episode was to draw Cusco, which is the llama from Emperor's New Groove.
Right.
Look.
Oh, look at you.
It was the Disney animator. It was the Disney
That's
animator.
Fantastic.
She was amazing. And not only was the learning how to draw awesome, but the animator, I'm gonna have to watch the first episode again. So many nuggets of wisdom about creating and art and play and life. I can't remember the illustrator's name, the animator's name, but she was Filipino heritage and Guamanian heritage. And nice. she talked about, how there was a lot of pressure growing up to be a doctor, a lawyer, that kind of thing. And at first her parents didn't know if they wanted her to be an animator, if it could be a job that she could really do. And then now she's working for Disney as an animator. That's
fantastic.
It's amazing. But so there was not only this story, or not only the drawing, but there was this story of the illustrator too, which I think would connect with so many kids.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, it connected with me because I learned, something I learned from her is I've always seen artists like in the how to draw books, like draw those circles,
Right.
first. And I was like,
Right.
why do you do all that? That seems like just draw the thing. But when I watched her draw, this started with a big circle and a little circle. And,
Right.
you just drew it lightly and then you erased it and you can't even see where it was hardly now. But it was just fascinating to sit and watch that. And there's more episodes. I can't wait to watch them.
Oh, fun. I'm gonna have to
Yeah.
get Disney Plus again.
Yeah. Episode 2 is how to draw Olaf. And the kids would love that too. But
definitely.
well, I say that I don't know if he's as popular. I mean, I'm still stuck in my last year in elementary was 2015. So, and that was still popular then. So we're on the new things now. Anyway, I know you've got to get to school, get to work. Thank you so much for joining me for today's episode.
Thank you for having me.
I'm going to tell you, like I tell everybody, you matter, and play pretty, everybody. And we'll see you on the next episode. Y'all have a great day.